Okay, the reason why this episode will be coming out a bit late was I needed to watch the match between Nigeria and Gabon, and thank God, at least finally Nigeria still get one reason to celebrate. The win over Gabon, and we were able to trash them and tell them, say, Alpha will be on our senior brothers. So that was a good one, and that will be the reason why this episode will be coming out a bit late. Okay, now these are the things I'll be looking at. Very interesting topic, and this topic makes me really to believe that we really get a long way to go, my brother. We really do. Now, first of all, we'll look at the Anambra election. What are the lessons we learned from the Anambra election? And first of all, we'll use this opportunity to say congratulations to Charles Soludo. See, there was no way he was not going to win, in as much as there were a lot of lapses from the INEC, and we saw the shortcomings, and we also know some of the things that will happen during the election, which eventually happened. We cannot rule the fact that it will be easier an incumbent governor have a higher chance of winning. And I also state some of the flaws, some of the many nonsense things when other parties practice. Okay, I'll talk about the Anambra election now. The Wike and the AM Yerima situation. We see the bohaha that happened, and also many people use the opportunity to lambast Wike because of their displeasure and the dislikeness of Wike personality, and now he shoot himself for the leg, because there was a time when majority gravitated to Wike, but after they saw some of the things he did, especially during his time as a governor of Rivers State, and the situation that happened between him and Fubara, and also some of the things and the policies and some of the things when they do for Abuja, in as much as we see he gets his own good side, we cannot rule that he has used the opportunity as a minister of FCT to amass wealth for his allies and also his family members. I'll check the situation, but I'll just give my own fair share on that issue. And also Regina versus Nwoko. I said earlier, during my first take on this situation, I knew that for Regina to have posted those videos when show his displeasure or the situation that happened, that brought this fracas, I knew she was tired of something. There was a lifestyle she was tired of. There was something she was tired of. There's something she just needed to do to gain her sanity. And we see also how her decision had been very supportive by her family members, including her dad, who was not in the picture before, suddenly is now in the picture. And this time, everyone is in support of Regina Daniels. Now you begin to ask, what happened when he reached this point, that the mom who had issues with the dad, Regina Daniels' dad, the mom who was fully supportive of Regina Daniels' marriage to Ned Woke, and the dad wasn't to support. Now, why suddenly everybody they support Regina Daniels? What is really behind the situation between Regina Daniels and Ned? We'll look into that also. Now, there's a story that came out last week, barely a week ago. A woman who accused her husband of defying his daughter, and but there are no evidence revealing that the woman lied, was forcefully accusing her husband of defiling their daughters. So when I came across this news, I began to ask myself, wetin go make a woman to decide to cook up a story of such nature? This is not the man slept outside, the man domestic violence or whatever things, when she feels you stay tie the man down and really push the man to a dungeon. Why would she formulate such? Now, what saved that man that they had to run some medical tests to ascertain if those daughters were really defied by their dad, and they discovered they had no penetration, 2 years and 5 years. And why the woman came up, I believe there are a lot of things that just played in my head which I want to share and give my own opinion in regards to this. Now, NAFDAC, the National Agency for Food and Drugs Administration and Control, set January 2025 as banned for sachet and small bottles alcoholic. Now, you know, the funny thing about the story is, I was like, okay, this is a good one, because we could tell everybody know. See, the one where they fake pass now the sachet and the small bottles, and this alone don't pose a lot of health challenges among Nigerians. Majority of the things where they kill Nigerians are food and drinks. There are a lot of fake food and fake food and fake drinks. See, the rate at which fake food and fake drinks circulate the market is just mind-boggling. Like, you don't get what you they eat when not they chemicalized, right from the plantation and whatever thing where they can do, even to ripen fruit. Nigerians, when they call out their government, they even commit worse atrocities. That the things where they do just to ripen fruit. Nigerians, when they go for backyard just to mix chemicals to form as drinks, just to destroy another Nigeria. The things where they do not see that it was past with the Boko Haram and all these terrorist group they do. So I'll look into that NAFDAC situation because I can't ask myself many questions. Why NAFDAC they push the ban to January? What happens between now and January? So we'll talk about that. And also, we'll look at the Edo State government and the Edo State traditionalist situation, the MOWAA situation, and over the week also, there were news from the Edo State. I don't know why all the time news where they come from Edo State now is terrible and bad news. The news of some protesters who went to the museum, the newly built museum, very well stated structure. That why would there be an innovation? Why people go protest there against whatever? What is really the story? So I will tell us about the background story and why this story is very important. It is some of the things why I can't figure out from this MOWAA and the bronze and whatever thing about this museum. See, that's something everybody needs to pay attention to, especially those who come from Edo State, the Benin people. Like, there are new findings. Some of us might come across these findings. Some persons have not. I will dive into it and give you, tell you about the new findings. Just because I do small dive, not really I do deep dive, just small dive. Now get all this small information. I will share I'll share the tale surrounding the museum and every other thing. And also, we end with since Nigeria win, we'll not end this week with South or this episode without talking about the Super Eagles and the NFL situation. So I'm going to say this here directly that one of the reasons why the Nigeria football is not really doing well in all sphere, at the grassroots level, at the whatever levels, amateur, whatever levels, the club level, the international level. One of the reasons why we are struggling internationally is because of the NFL. The NFL is the devilish structure when they destroy the progressiveness and when they affect the development of football in Nigeria. The NFL is behind it. So we're going to talk about it. So just to put all this piece together, let's see what we can get and how much we can use to dive into these topics for this episode. Welcome to the Testament Podcast.
Instead it be sleep, let it be hate, let it degrade, let it be deep. Some others should weep, some others should keep the memory of the way that I died. Maybe.
Okay, remember to subscribe, follow us on all our social media platforms. Do well to support us the best way you can. So to dive into this topic, first of all, let's say the Anambra situation, the Anambra election. There were videos of gala being shared, malts and money being shared. And that video was a reflection of how much we've allowed ourselves to be carried away by instant gratification. And we've forgotten what matters. And what matters is our future and the future of our children. That at this dispensation, at this time, information, they reach everybody. Now people will still come out to go vote, not out of their own conscience, not vote because of as a result of merit, not the vote because of they believe in the person. That the reasons that motivate them to vote is because of what they want to get for that day. Now I want to ask the question: the many of them when they give mots or give 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 for you to vote, how far with the money? It never finish. Now you've sold 4 years of Anambra for months, for money 3,000 naira, and for gala. 4 years of Anambra you've sold for this. You don't sell your future. And probably inside these 4 years, majority of them when eat this month and gala and take this money, go die within these 4 years. And the reasons why most of them are go die now because of the things when the government supposed to do. Maybe you vote for competency, maybe you vote for merit, would have been able to avail you the opportunity to have escaped the things that will cause you to die within these 4 years. But because you voted for something else, now that thing when you vote for that month gala and 3,000 naira, which probably don't finish by now you go pay for, and you go pay dearly with your life. That is where we make the mistakes as Nigerians, because many things there from this Anambra lesson, so we need to learn that we need to start preparing ourselves for 2027. The mistakes especially comes for Nigeria, because I tell you the truth is the vote counts, and that is the reason why they spend a lot of money for vote buying. Now, a lot of advantages when say you win with a lot of votes. So they spend money. There's a designated amount of money set up or set by these political parties spent for vote buying. See, it's larger than any other budget when they get in preparedness to an election, because they know say vote counts. But we Nigerians don't decide to be foolish. We Nigerians don't decide to become dog when they go back to our vomit. We know they learn lessons. Because if we really don't learn lessons from other mistakes we don't make for all the elections we've participated in, we're supposed to know say at this time, you're not supposed to vote based on sentiments. You're not supposed to vote based on what you want to get at that time, just that instant. You're not supposed to vote for money. You're supposed to choose your leader based on who don't deliver, competency, merit. Why can't we as Nigerians practice a system whereby we vote public office holders based on merit? After with your record, what have you done in the past? Why are we not voting people based on this? Why would they be tribalistic? Would they be sentimental? Would they push ourselves towards religiousness? We want to make a choice for leader. That is what is dividing Nigeria, and that is what the leaders and the political parties and politicians are capitalizing on. Because we ourselves, whether I look like it or not, now we they shoot ourselves for leg. That the yam and the knife deal with Nigerians. Now we don't know what to do. Some of us will know what to do, but we choose. Let me give you some stats that will blow up your mind. Because how a state that have more than 2.7 million registered votes and less than 600 people now come out now participate, and you want to tell me that an incumbent governor not will get a high chance of winning, when be a majority of the people will definitely come out could be people from his own side? Because if everybody gravitates towards money as a motivator, as a reason why they should come out and vote, who get the funds to spend more? Now go win the vote. So that means the election was determined by money. The winning chance of the election was determined by money. Because if you see the way other parties fare in this election, including PDP, might bust your bubbles, may you see one or two things about the failure of Nigerians. Now, a state that have 2.7 million registered voters, a total voters of 595,268 accredited during this election. Now come out, come vote. Then valid vote is 584,054, and rejected vote 11,244. APAG in total won with 422,664 votes. APC even tried, but less than 99,000 votes. Labour Party came even before the PDP. PDP is a goner. PDP don't finish. What a waste. What a problematic party. A party that has gravitated their selfish interest over the interest of even the party when they're in. A party when they don't miss many chances, when they never learn from many lessons when they don't get. A party when, let's say, they get mental situation. Like PDPB. Labour Party came out with got 10,576 votes. AAC got 292 votes. PDP got 1,401 votes. And ADC 8,208 votes. See, how did INEC fare in this election? How did INEC fare? They had so many lapses. I thought maybe the hyping when the INEC chairman the hype will go see and transcend in this election. But man, if this is the best that the INEC chairman can do, or could do, then we are in for a worse situation come 2027. These are based on fact. These are based on evidence. Not be say they try one discredit the INEC. I just tell you facts. If this is their performance, they will still have these lapses when they lose the other election, right from Methuselah. We see they experience the same experience. Their INEC not going to do anything now. Number one, it's not even an independent organization. That's just forget the name. It's not an independent organization. That's just by the wayside. And apart from that, see, there are so many connections that I'm going to throw for you to understand why even the chairman was picked for this position. Probably the reasons behind this when they pick him, and also what he needs to do and what he has to do come 2027. I'll throw some light about the day one will just make I pay attention to this INEC. But INEC did poorly in this election. INEC did poorly, but we did most. We Nigerians did most. Anambra has not come out to vote. Those who come out to vote. Imagine a party like PDP got 1,401 votes. It means now only party agents now vote. And they said the video circulating showing people when supposed vote their future, they play ball for street. See, don't allow the enemies, which are political parties and politicians, to infuse in you the mentality that vote does not count in Nigeria, and that infuse this mentality of even if I vote, nothing go show up. Don't get that too. If we make that mistake in 2027, we feel regret till I don't understand how long we go for regret. Don't get that mentality. Your votes are important. Your votes count. It is your constitutional right for you to vote, to make a choice. It is your constitutional right for you to. So it is your right. You voting or receiving small funds to vote, you are selling your birthright just the same way Esau sold his birthright. And you know the consequences of selling your birthright. Person won't get major and Jacob. And we see how that transcends in his life. Because you sell your future. So I'm just going to end with that. Keep on selling your future, Nigerians. And let's see how long it will last you. The 3,000 naira, I believe before you reach us, you don't buy something. How long now? How far? How long? How long? Okay. Now the FCT minister, I just see everybody on Twitter, on so many social media space, people just did congratulate. I didn't want to talk about this guys because I don't talk about Wike several occasions, and I felt that there are so many things happening around Nigeria to talk about than just focusing on one man. And it can't be like say I get issues with them. So the video, everyone has watched the video, everyone don't watch the video, but there's another viral video behind the viral video, which is the video of the video of an officer who was trying to calm the situation, speaking in this local dialect, trying to tell the other officer, guy, these people are big men, let them do their thing. We will not get anything. Now we they suffer. We don't push this thing beyond which we know if we control and so if we control me, so at the end of the day, not be these people go bear the lost. Now we go bear the loss. So may we stay calm. That is an important lesson for us to learn, that in as much as the police or the service officers or this different security personnel and apparatus do what is needed to do based on order, I want us to understand the integrity of an order when it comes to security personnel. So Monoko, they say, the guy did what he's not supposed to do. The guy explained himself. I've never seen a calm officer like that, because probably the position when they pass the position when the police did. Those police when they try to show themselves, when we understand, when we see that this other man understand, when they try to show themselves because they want to protect one man, don't understand the integrity of what an order is. Not to understand the position that, see, I'm a senior police, so I don't understand, but I just feel they do. Because the people when they do, they take the bullet for the nation and the soldiers. So you got to accord them such respect, even if both of them are ranked together. You got to accord those people some respect. But the calmness that guy display and just explaining and letting everybody know, say, I'm not gonna leave this place. I don't know what you're gonna do. But whatever thing you're going to do, I'm not going to allow you to do it based on order. And I want us to spread this thing into the situation happening at the Middle Belt and at the North. How order have affected and contributed immensely into the security situation at the North and the Middle Belt. You'll hear several occasions that soldiers say, they don't give us order, now make we not go protect the people. We were here, we saw the bandits coming, we knew they were coming, we had the intel that they were coming, but we just couldn't do anything because there was no order for us to do anything. I just want us to understand this. So there's no reason whatsoever you should blame the person who was carrying out an order given. See, if you not carry out an order, what did they go do with that guy? See, it is a standing order to obey the order. And we see all the inability of the minister of the FCT to control his emotions and how he allow emotion to play out. Mr. Wike's emotions. He go tell you why the situation that happened to Fubara happened that way. Is very emotional. You just see what they tell the young guy, because I didn't want to pick all these things when some of us know they pay attention to. Not be saying we know they pay attention to, maybe we know they throw meaning to all of them. Because for you to be telling an officer carrying out an order, telling him that, do you know who I am? As you said, the officer I don't know who you be. When I was in university, you never have to start school. They use their position, their status to control and to call the shots, because now weak man they do that. A real man does not do that. A real man does not push out his status. A real man wants you to find out who he is, not be based on words, not based on actions. You are trying to intimidate the young man, but you see it didn't play out the way you wanted it to. Now you can reduce. You can't do like that plant when we say if you touch, as you touch and it go shrink. I don't want to say a lot of things about Mr. Wike, because I don't want to push an agenda, push a narration that I have an issues with him, because most of us the reason like that. But the thing is, I don't try to dive into the land situation. The land situation gets the way it is. Majority of people who bought high profile personality. So that means to say Wike knew the person who owns that place before he got there. So if Wike was trying to be the man, he would have reached out to the owner of that particular plot and say, Alpha, because the owner of that plot, when give that Yerima order, now big man no for military. Now gamble, not be child's play military position and the matter retire. Now the highest position no. It means you know the person when get, because now you be the FCT minister, you know the person. Why then did you not reach out to him? Why did you not reach out to him? Your position when you get as an FCT is the political position appointee. This man don't move from stage to stage. He don't climb all the ladder. And all the ladder when you climb now based on merit. Because if you do for service, those places, you climb ladder based on merit. The man don't serve. You cannot compare the two of them who don't serve well. So why didn't you reach out to him and say, Alpha, bro, this round when you sell CCB, there are issues, and find a way to come around this, because so many things, so many arrows there on your own side. There are a lot of accusations that you sold lands to your family members, to your allies, which there are evidence to show that, although you've never agreed to these accusations, there are evidence to show that you sold lands to your children, your sons. Your sons, they get 4,000 acres of land. Where they see the money to take buy 4,000 acres of land? There are no lands tied or traced to Wike's name, but there are lands traced to almost 30 or 40 members of his family. Direct members of his family. His father, everybody get land for Abuja. Since he became a minister of FCT. Just for 2 years, the numbers of acres when a family members don't buy, I'm not saying he gave them freely. He gave them as gift. I'm not saying that. I don't have any evidence to back such. But I'm saying since he became the minister of FCT, the number of lands when a family members don't pass 20,000 acres. Worth more than $20 million. What is happening? Even if there is no evidence to show otherwise, they play information to it says something there. There's a foul play that you came in 2023 and more than 20,000 acres have gone to your family. They've bought it. Let's assume they've all bought it. You want to tell us say there's no favorism or nepotism that was practiced for those lands to get to your family members or your friends, your allies. No, now they go take land from this owner, they go award down to another person. I don't want to dwell so much on this because I have a lot of things I want to talk about. Well, let me go to Regina Daniels and the Nwoko story. I've said I throw my light on this issue, which I have once said that Regina should go back to her husband. But later I begin to add a lot of evidence to it to widen up my own scope of understanding what is playing out, because I know from the initial stage that Regina was fed up, because that video online was definitely released by our own side, our own people, because she was tired of something, either tired of intimidations or tired of the kind of life when she don't live, or she don't come realize so many things later, because Regina is a small girl. Regina is a very small girl. And the decisions she took at that time, she took those decisions when she got married, were mostly influenced by someone who was or elderly in her life, and that person happens to be her mother. So majority of the decision, because see the fracas happened between the mom and the dad when Regina chose to marry Ned, that the father was not really in support. But now everybody don't support for the family because something don't make that girl dey fed up, and she don't say, no, I'm not going to play this game anymore. And also, we cannot rule, even in as much as there are new evidence that white substance in her system, marijuana, so many other drugs, which don't show say she dey abuse drugs, and she don't claim say yes she dey abuse drugs. Not be say she learn about herself, she learn her from the family when she marry into, and we cannot tie anybody to her claims, but we still know say at the age when she take marry, that girl never spoil like that to know how to they buy or they use white, because now funds they make you feel use white. You can't be taking coke and say you don't get money. So it means even as much say the girl wayward life she live before, let's say this. I'm not saying she has been living a wayward life. I'm just saying, let's say Regina Daniels now bad girl. But the use of cocaine, or the use of white, the use of coke was made possible because of the place she now found herself. Because you cannot buy such drugs when you don't get funds. So for her to get access to such drugs and was using those drugs because she get funds, and for that she get funds. So we can't rule that out. There are so many things that we can tie to it. But I believe that if you weigh in, which I don't want to weigh in so much, is you just go and say she's really fed up. She says she's done. She's done. She does not want to go back to that man, and they see the kind of support when her family member they give her, including her dad, who was not in the picture before. So there's everything to note here that her mom and she herself must have gone to apologize to the father, for the father to play and begin to speak publicly about the situation of his daughter, and telling Ned that she says she don't want to give, want to return whatever thing you brought. You're fed up. Not maybe the mama don't feel fed up. Maybe the mama be still don't push and say, no, nah, stay nah. Like all the beautiful things one they get from this man. But she said, no, I'm done. I believe we learned so many lessons from here. That not everything that glitters is good. And what I mean by that is not saying in terms of riches. I'm talking about in terms of every other thing that makes a marriage sweet. In as much as money is important in marriage, which you cannot rule that out, money makes marriage sweet. Check all the people when get money. If they say money they bring sweetness or they give satisfaction in terms of your marital status, those when get money, or the most successful man financially is supposed to be the man when get the best or the happiest family. See Elon Musk. Elon Musk denied one of his sons, say he not be Pekin again, because the Pekin not believe in his ideology. Elon Musk say no, I disfather you. So you cannot use money and affluence to weigh happiness and full satisfaction in marriage, in as much as money have a vital role it plays in marriage. Because see the way they happen to celebrities. Almost all our celebrities, when they look up to, all of them don't divorce. All of them, our legends, all of them don't divorce. In the comedy section, in the music, whatever industry, all of them don't divorce. So because there are other things, other ingredients that makes a marriage works. Money, they're part of it, but money not will be the main one. And we don't see how they play it so now. Because the girl don't come to realize, say, man, in as much as I enjoy this lifestyle, travel on private jet, I enjoy this, man, I'm tired. I can't continue no more. I don't want to do. I prefer to be poor. I don't want to live this life. I want to live something. I want to enjoy sweetness. And that is what she's pushing for. So I don't believe she's going to go back. I don't believe Regina Daniels will fall back into that union anymore. Her mind is made up. So okay, now I'm trying to spin very fast because of there's something I didn't want to dwell on. I want to spend time on. Now, a woman accused her husband of defying his two daughters. When I came across the story and I saw what happened, I was like, oh my God, another man again. Because like the time I heard this news, I don't hear like 7 or 20 of this news from east, west, north, and south. They call this one a defiling daughter. This one, they sleep with the daughter for many years. I was like, wow. It don't become a pattern. It don't become very pathological that every week we dey hear such this. It don't become a norm. Like you don't defy your daughter. Woman don't come finish. You can't defy your daughter. So like, I'll say, man, another one. Like, and I saw the other age, 2 and 5, and I say, man, if there are evidence to prove that this man really committed this act, may they shoot him for dick. That was what I just resolved in my head. That may they not kill him. May God forgive him his sin, but make him feel some pains. Like, because it creates pains and emotional trauma for those kids. But after the evidence, after the medical test, and it revealed that the woman lied, I was like, so why would this woman decide to lie or cook up a story so sophisticated like this? But why with this woman? The woman is not just any other woman, and the wife of the man. Wait till they happen for those son when go make this woman decide to cook up the story and call up wherever people she needs to call, and they arrest the man. Is it that the man is worthy? The man get money, the woman want to take the man's money, or the man get property where the woman the eye to own. Like, waiting motivate this woman to do this, because there's always everything that motivates us to do something. I wanted to understand what motivates this woman to have gone to this length to accuse your husband of such. I don't really figure out why, but there are some things I can't point my hand to that. There's probably, see, we not feel rule out the fact that it's very difficult to understand a woman. The woman, they like mystery. They like a book. When you don't feel read this page to understand how the next page won't play. And it takes a special grace to understand a woman, and sometimes it also reflects in our upbringing and what have happened in our life. And one of the reasons that you become, as a young man, if you're getting married, and maybe say your woman don't get small exposure and she's educated, it will help her along. It will help her a great deal. It will help her a lot. It will help her a lot. For real, it will. Because women are very jealous. Let's create a scenario like this. What if over the years the kind of affection and attention the man don't play towards his daughter don't make this woman kind of feel, is there a foul play? Because girl daughter always gravitate towards their dad, and the boys always gravitate towards their mom. That make they say every musician, every boy musician, everybody they say my mama. Nobody ever they call it papa. Like say they don't get father, but they are always closer to their mom and they appreciate their mom more. Why the girls also gravitate towards their dad? You see somebody like Tenny did a whole song over a whole album for her dad. I'm not saying the mama not in the picture. I'm not saying she's not going to do that for her mom or whatever. I'm just saying we see the intentionality in she making a full song about the role the dad plays in her life. To tell you the girls are always, it's natural. That is how it is, plus or minus. It is always like that. But there's also a chance that such nature, such thing, because sometimes once you just born, the love you have for your spouse will just reduce by 50%. That's also natural. It happens both ways for the man and the woman. You not channel those love towards the kids. That makes some people say they stay this marriage because of this child, not because of the man. So is it that there were things the woman noticed that made her say, okay, I think I can accuse this man of such? Or the man get money when he come make the woman say, I need them just all to be mine? Which you can't really make. I never faced factum why. But I just believe that every intention gets intention. There's always a reason behind every reason. So what are the reasons behind the reason for her taking such decisions? If you put yourself on the shoe, what's it going to push you to make you resolve in such resolutions? Like, I don't understand. But the woman has been arrested. And I think she will really go in for it and spend a long time because she didn't really play the way she wanted it to play. So, madam, sorry though. Now you shoot yourself for leg. Okay, now NAFDAC again. Now the National Agency for Food and Drugs Administration and Control stipulated a time frame or a time for the full enforcement of their ban, which is January 2026. This when I came across this, I just did laugh. I say, funny people. Why then, if they really don't get all the evidence to show otherwise, why you not ban her immediately? Why they give them time for these people to sell up everything when they don't produce? Like, what are the reasons behind your ban, first of all? See, these people, I thought say the depth of corruption in Nigeria is something else. It dey every part of the society. You see, they like God not go help us. God really not go help us. And God just go help us because what I know, okay, let me see the reasons for the ban. And what my mind took me to, I was just like, okay, maybe the reason for the ban is a lot of fakes. They did that. They did the sachets and they do small bottles. Fake drinks for everywhere. I said, okay, probably they don't do a lot of investigation to find out that majority of the fakes are done at the sachet and at the small bottles, and they don't discover the damages when how they affect Nigerians, and that is the reason why they decided to ban. So that was what I just had as a conclusion before I said, okay. When I began to get interested in other things, I said, okay, make I find out which other reasons will make them ban this thing and give them stipulated time to sell up everything they produce, because why they are pushing it to January is so that this December go give all this company when they produce sachet and these small bottles an opportunity, and whoever they do the local production when they do one for inside backyard, the ones that they don't mass produce, it will give them reasons for them to sell, because the festive period will enter. So for the NAFDAC to have agreed to have done this, it means many people don't lobby. It means many people don't give them some kind of envelope when go make them say, okay, we'll give them time. Because does NAFDAC gives time before? If NAFDAC they give time now, as they do all those custom, those drugs when they stop for border, they'll say they see so tramadol inside. Therefore say, okay, this man have spent 50 billion in buying this container or buying this drugs. More will give and make it sell them. More want and say make it not sell them again. Make it sell this one so he don't import. And if give him a time to sell it and tell him not to do it again, they would have done so for others. So why be say this one different? It means money don't reach some officers. Money don't reach some directors' hands. They've paid. People have lobbied. Say, no, don't do that. People, they don't make calls and so many resolutions that brought them here. So when I tried to find out more reasons, I discovered that what I say be the reasons, which I think would be the right reason, if that was the reasons they gave for the ban, was not actually even among the reasons. NAFDAC. Reasons for the ban: to stop roadside accidents, domestic violence, to reduce domestic violence, so to reduce it, because you stop the sachet and the small bottle, not me say those when get money not fit buy the big bottle. It does not stop alcoholism, does not stop. So they say for domestic violence, to reduce school dropouts, and to reduce the progression into hard drugs, to reduce everything is to reduce, not be to eradicate, it's just to reduce. Baseless reasons. NAFDAC, they want to stop this. No one is tied to the interest of the people. No one is tied to the interest. We don't see many Nigerians that die of kidney diseases and lungs diseases and these diseases. No, we need to go into finding out why or what are the causes of all of these diseases when suddenly they do Nigerians, which are, if you check factually, you factorize it, you discover that, say, all of these things when they kill kidney and lungs and every organ diseases when Nigerians come to experience, like the youths come to experience, now from food and drinks. You use your money buy drink, you go to kill you. You use your money buy food, you go to kill you. You buy fufu, you buy akpu, they don't add so many chemicals, still make can swell. You put akpu before when if you buy fufu before, Whether if you not chop am for 5-10 days, go just still dey the way still dey. Go just dey. Now buy for full, leave am for 1 or 2 days. You don't say no, they spoil, they green, they get so many reactions. Banana, plantain, all the fruits are ripe with carbide. I thought these were the reasons they were interested in the health of Nigerians, not knowing that was the interest of their pocket. And later we blame the federal government. Now the federal government, they handle NAFDAC, and NAFDAC now are handled by Nigerians who got into these positions to claim that they have interest of Nigerians. Now they say that they lobby everybody, they pay them. Everybody, they pay them. If they're interested in the people, the interest of the people, they for ban immediately. Because the reasons why I felt, or what I felt inside of me, which happens not to be the reasons they listed, that I thought it was tied to health. Because all the fakes, most of the fakes, are in the sachet and in small bottle. But there's none of that. Fake NAFDAC, fake people. Pretense, every time and then we try to push to the government, not knowing that and they talk every day that Nigerians, they see Nigerians now, they kill Nigerians. Once you just get that position, you do worse. You do worse than the person when you the accused of. Maybe if I give you the position first and see what you would do. That's how you go know, say you get interest. Okay, now I want to go to the Edo State, the MOWAA. The MOWAA issue. Now this thing was it was blown last week, but every that thing don't swallow them. So I want to talk about it. And when I want to talk about it is I had to do small diving to get some proper information to really know the story. So let me give you a background story about the Edo State government and this Museum of West African Act. Over the week we saw some persons who went there to protest and destroy some things, which I think should have been done. That why would you go for protests, a peaceful protest, and you end up destroying things, jumping over the fence and doing that? Why are you always exhibiting such character? Why I want to really talk about this is start seeing a lot of disinformation online. I said, okay, let me see what I can do to embrace people of what is really happening. The background story is the Edo State government, the previous one, the former governor Godwin Baseki, started this initiative and of where to really house the what is it called, the repatriated Benin bronze. And so they have this fracas. The issue came up. Now this bronze, should they be housed or be decided by the Edo State government, or it should be a decision left for the Edo Palace, the Edo traditionalists, headed by the Oba of Benin? So they get this up and down, and people, they take sides, some take this side, some take this side. But let's relax and let me explain a bit deeply. Now, at the time this bronze were taken, so many centuries ago, the Benin institution, the traditionalists, controlled both the traditional aspect and also the political aspect. It was a monarchy system. Then, both politically and every other thing in the Benin tradition, they called the shot. And now it is no longer like that. The Benin or the Oba Palace or the Oba of Benin controls just the traditional aspect of the Benin, not really the Edo State. While the Edo State government oversees the political aspect of the entire state. So you see the back and front, who can get right, who not get right. But the truth is, the Edo State government, where the Edo State government missed it was, the previous one was, you're supposed to work with the palace because those bronze came out from the palace, and by right, it has to go back to the palace. So it is something that if he had worked with the Edo State's traditionalists, they would have had a compromise. Wherefore not come blow out of proportion like this. There was a serious fracas about the repatriated bronze. And because when the USA, this one, the Germany want to release their own, the UK don't send their own, this one wants to say that, this one that, I was really concerned. One of the reasons this artifact have relevancy and have so much value, it is because it was properly kept. Make we know the lie to ourselves. Do you think if this particular bronze and artifacts were not stolen, you just say they go still day by now? Because the ones are not that were not stolen, or the ones that were made to replace the ones that were stolen, how far with them? Where they? Have we been able to preserve them all the centuries, all this while? And what is the chances that if this repatriated bronze comes back to Nigeria, we go fit keep them for so many centuries before after us, so that our children and generation yet unborn go get a taste, not just hear, but get a taste, feel them, and see the values of their ancestry. Would they ever played out this way? Because this is one of the reasons why I never like the repatriation for me, because I know they believe, because Nigerians don't get maintenance culture. So what is the validity that once this bronze comes back home, we'll keep on for another century, just the same way these people? I'm not saying they shouldn't come back, they should not be repatriated. These were the things that I was asking myself, because I know I've been Nigerian. I know how they pay attention when it comes to maintenance. We sabi build, we not sabi maintain. That by the west side. Now I was not like, okay, MOWAA. What is MOWAA? Oh, those behind MOWAA. What is the interest of MOWAA? Is MOWAA an agency or an institution set up by the Edo State government to monitor or maintain or to safeguard or to manage or to do? What are their missions? Who are those behind MOWAA? Why this fracas between the Edo State government when it can be resolved on a round table and the traditionalists on who should house it? Because the Edo State traditionalists want to build their own museum. The Edo State government don't build their own museum. What is it? My brother, when I begin to dive inside, I can't see things when, just based on a shallow diving, I can't see things when they make me ask, like, why now? Like, why are our colonial masters always interested in things that belongs, that's outrightly our own? Which be their own interest? Because I don't like our colonial masters, because whatever things they give you, they are like the devil. They don't give not to get. They give because of what they want to get. Whether it comes as aid or it comes as gift, anything they give you, aid or whatever, it's tied to something. They have intentions. Now that their intentions, I prefer they give us a loan, knowing that after the period of time we're paying back the loan is a loan, so I'm going to pay back with interest. I prefer a loan is given. Then they give us aid, because aid now wicked pass. Aid means you don't even know the intentions tied to the aids given. You might just say, wow, money don't come, we'll use them. But you don't know, say, you're opening yourself, you're becoming vulnerable because you've accepted such gifts. There's always an intention. Now, the MOWAA mission. The MOWAA mission, see where I started asking myself, why now? Their mission is to foster West African art and archaeology while addressing colonial legacy. Addressing waiting colonial legacy they do for inside Edo State bronze and Nigeria, waiting their colonial legacy. What is their legacy? That they came to steal from us? What is their legacy that they are trying to protect? Including the repatriation of artifacts like the Benin bronze. So the legacy tied to their mission is based on the repatriated bronze, not for the interest of the Edo State people or whatever. Because I can't say, okay, this MOWAA, okay, let's assume probably it's a collaboration. Who really funded them? It is funded by three financiers. One, the German government, not a German company, the German government, the French government, and private donors. These three financiers were able to raise a total of 25 million, which happens to be the cost for the museum. $25 million, so not 25 million naira. And I said, it means these three financiers, because that started to run into conclusion, these three financiers that gave out their money have intentions, have one thing or the other they want to achieve in this gift. They not just come, leave every other thing when they want to do. When the Germany government get issues for house, they get serious issues for Germany. Where French get serious issues, migration issues, bobo issues for France. Issues in other francophone countries when you want to pull out, when not tire. Issues everywhere when they affect their growth, when they affect their money, when they come into their hand. Like they will constantly give us money to achieve something. So that means they have intentions. Now, who are these private donors? Why are there no names to these private donors? Because, okay, let me first of all see who they control this MOWAA. What are the board of directors or the board of trustees? Man, my brother, and there I can't no say. There are other things that is inside this MOWAA. So I become very skeptical about the whole thing, and I don't really support the MOWAA anymore. I don't really support them anymore. I shouldn't. I don't want. I didn't know about it, but when I just do small, I don't like it. No. I shouldn't. The Edo State traditionalists have right to if he needs to go to court, they have right to wait in court and claim what is rightfully theirs, because it was taken from the palace of the Benin kingdom. The palace, it has to return back to the palace. It has to. Now, board of trustees, imagine. Board of trustees of museum when the house repatriated Benin artifact is headed by Philippe Nao, an Igbo man. The second director is Ore Disu, a Yoruba man. Special advisory to the board is Andres Golgen from Germany. Maima Bello Sage, it sounds like a Benin person, but it's from Ghana. Don't be from Benin. Ike Shoke, Igbo. Mariam Ibrahim, Somalia, and friends, now dual citizen person. Amechi Uzogwe, Igbo, USA, dual whatever. None of the board of trustees member is from Edo State. None of the board of trustees member is from Edo State. That's foul play inside this. That there's a foul play. There's a really foul play inside this. And I could tell that in my own summary and my own conclusion, I know the German and the French government contributed, but private donor contributed 70%. That private donor, if you trace and you do some deep dive, you see that this private donor, by the time you find out other formula, it's gonna say it's tied back to a politician. When they try one control, use this MOWAA, which is a non-profitable organization, non-profitable entity, a private entity. It is a private entity and not a government entity. It is a private entity, a non-profitable organization. If you want tracer, discover the real people behind it. So I'm not really in support of MOWAA. I will have a board of trustees when no Benin people, the Benin person they inside, for Benin person team, for something when they inside their own state. How would a MOWAA be controlled? How will a MOWAA board of trustees not get 2 or 3 persons when they represent the Edo traditionalists? When we say the team went to the house for the place and never that will not do for Edo State, for Benin City, and Benin artifact did there. No, now they know there's a foul play. You don't need to talk too much. Foul play the inside. Okay, now I ends with it. NFL and Super Eagles saga. The NFL and Super Eagles saga, I said it earlier, that the NFL is the contributing factor why Nigerian football remains where it is. How they've prioritized money over the interest of football, despite as football now one of the only few sports where we do for Nigeria. That why I stand with the Super Eagle is when you see say that the whole players, the whole officials, 8 months, 10 months alawi. And these are politicians when before 20 years they don't get salary and alawi. The whole players when they put glory for Nigerians, when they rob glory for Nigeria. When we say as it stands now, I'm telling you for a dash, I want to dash you this information. That FIFA as it stands now, will do everything possible, make Super Eagle win. You know why? Because Nigeria are a big market for them. And if Super Eagle day for the World Cup, it go sell. The World Cup go sell a lot. And FIFA now marketing, now they try one do. Because FIFA get a lot of lapses when they do. Because get 2 things when they try one achieve. They want to expand the game. They want the US to begin to see it as a relevant sport. They want football to be relevant to the US. That is the reason why it was taken there. It's taken to be played in the US. One. And on that thing, they want a global reach. They want it to be highly profitable. Because most people know they can't lose. Qatar can't lose for their money when they spend to prepare for World Cup. Billions when they can't. They don't make the money. And that is one of the reasons people know they're too interested in hosting the World Cup. So they want this to be profitable for them. And profitable for whoever is hosting it. Super Eagles being in the World Cup is a booster to FIFA, booster to the World Cup. This one I just dashing information when I give you. So where I see the NFL and they contribute to spoil Nigeria sport. See how all the past president or whatever of the NFL, we don't see how their wealth don't maximize after they became NFL president. We don't see someone they drive Rolls Royce. When they deny players, don't they pay them the this today. They do slots. Now they do slots. Players are invited based on slots, not based on merit. Most players now based on slots. For Nigeria, See the grassroots now. See money when organizations, FIFA, CAF, don't pump into Nigeria for the last 10 years. Maybe you use and trace them which of the things where they don't use and do. Trace them to which of them they don't use and do. All of this money, they go into the personal accounts. And would they talk say the federal government is bad? If really the politicians, say now only politicians, they're bad, would have seen that other sectors that are not really influenced by politicians, other sectors, directors go the act right. We come to say, okay, Nigerians good though. Not just the Nigerians who choose to be politicians, not bad. No. Every Nigerian is corrupt. Rich finger. A few not corrupt. Very few. Every Nigeria, pastors, imam, everybody corrupt. Market women, buy beans. The beans now, the sniper, they take preserve them. You want buy tomatoes, they put wood under, you don't know. It's in a full basket, you don't know, it's in a half. Everybody they find want to cheat the next person. Nobody they pay attention how to maximize productivity based on creativity. And what does that do? It destroys us every day. Now with the sicknesses one will not know before for Nigeria. Sicknesses that was not common now don't become everyday sickness. Kidney, heart failure. Majority of the reasons why they experience this stuff when they happen to our different organs for our body now because of what they take. And majority of the things what they take are waste, are danger, evil of people. People who choose to do harm to Nigerians. Bad people, bad Nigerians, you and me, we bad anyhow. Tell you they blame the government when you bad. When if you then you be the governor, what you go do now? Let God go save person. Sure, devil go shout, che Jesus. Or you're bad when you want to. Now you they come with it also you good. When they let the super egos breathe, a time should come in this country. We are not just going to protest and they go different offices. They go the attack. They go governor office. They go president. They go attack. We'll go these agencies when they misbehave. For the nonsense what they do, you be EFCC, they lead and they fight against corruption, then all of your personnel are corrupt. For EFCC now, one person don't catch when go with almost 20-something million, a personnel property when they seize, he don't divert out himself. For him to have had mind to have done such, it means one or two persons they do for the EFCC, I they lie. Not true now. It means one or two persons they do for the EFCC. That kind of him mind because he won't carry such acts when nobody they do one for them. You know how many of them when they carry boys' property they claim as their own. It's only the FCC. They happen for every sector. I beg you. Peace out.
Yeah, instead of be them, let it be me. Since I will die, inevitably, then let it be, that it be said, when I am dead. Some other was free, some other was fed, some other not me, was able to see that long as we live inside of a country where no one is safe, we only evade, try to escape the imminent doom, but closer the date looms, it comes for all. If we must go, then at least, when we fall, when